What about love?
If I give up the seat,
I don't use this word, and I know exactly why. I do not use this word when I describe the natural state or the enlightened state, because I see a great confusion when it comes to the understanding of the meaning of the word love, much like the word God. Love, for me, is a word that is infected by the perception of humanity, and it is a word that is very problematic, and it cannot be used to describe the natural state. And when I say that, I mean all kinds and types of love, even the unconditional love. Some say that unconditional love is parallel to the enlightened state, because you love everything and your love does not depend on something. You don't gain anything through it, you just love. But because the natural state recognizes the fact that there is nothing and there is no one, so you cannot give unconditional love to nothing. There is no one to give this unconditional love, and there is no one to receive it. Love is an emotion that belongs to the separate form, just like the other emotions belongs to the separate form: hate, jealousy, fear, anxiety. But somehow love, in this range of emotions, is the highest way a separate form can express itself, because love opens the separate form. When we love something or someone, we want to give it something. We're happy to give to the one or to the thing we love our attention. We are glad to give ourselves to the thing or one that we love, because it is ours. We are one with it. When we love something, we become one with it in the separate form. So we experience oneness with the thing that we love. So this is the mechanism of the oneness itself, but it cannot be similar to this mechanism, because the separate form has its reasons for loving. And in the natural state, the enlightened state, there are no reasons. The other side of this openness and giving and loving something, the other side of the stick, is the holding. Because when we love something, we love it because it is ours. We love it because it belongs to us. We take it and we become one with it. So we are holding on to it. And this is the condition that we make. I will love this thing because it is mine. I will hold it. Even in romantic love, when someone loves someone else and the other person doesn't love him back. So you can say there is still love. He still loves this separate form and he doesn't have it, he doesn't hold it. But even in this case, when you love someone and he doesn't love you back, he belongs to you. You are the hero that loves someone and this one doesn't love you back, but he still belongs to you as a character that is for an unrequired love, as the unrequired love. So it's still something that belongs to you. This is your disappointment. This is your pain. This is the one that doesn't love you, but he belongs to you. In this story, you can still love him. even though he doesn't love you back, because he belongs to you in the story. So when we talk about love in the separate form, I can say these three things. One, love opens you up and you can express yourself and become one with the thing or the one that you love. It is a wonderful process. And then you do that because you hold on to this thing that you love. Even if you don't have it physically, you make it your own by loving it. It is yours. So again, this is the oneness. And the third thing is that you cannot compare this love, this human separate form love, to the natural state, even if you call it unconditional love, because even unconditional love in the separate form loves something. And in the absolute reality, there is nothing. No lover and nothing to love. It may sound very heartless because we idolize love. So many things are being done in the name of love. Sometimes terrible things are being done just like in the name of God, in the name of love. Things are being done and justified because this is the power behind it. People can ruin their lives and themselves and their families because of love. When it's actually their need to hold to something, to make something their own, and to make themselves feel very good about themselves because they can experience this high emotion and give it to someone, and then they feel better about themselves. But this is the game that the separate form plays with itself. How good am I? How good is my life? I can be a loving person and give my love to others, so I'm a better person. And it is true that giving love is a wonderful thing. It's the most amazing thing that the separate form can do, but I'm not speaking right now about what is better in this reality to express. Of all the emotions, of course that love is the highest one, is the most noble one, and you have to aspire to love and to love unconditionally and to feel this emotion and to open up. But if I want to compare it to the natural state and try to make this, to differentiate between those two concepts, so I have to break the concept of love as you see it right now. Because there is something that you love and become one with, you still love something for yourself, even if it's unconditional love. Still, there is someone who gives unconditional love. There has to be no one who expresses love. And this is the highest possible state, when nothing expresses nothing towards nothing. And I use the word nothing, and it may sound terrible, because I speak and I think, what would you think? What would the one who listens to me and doesn't sit where I sit now, yet? So these words are hard and cold and terrible. Loving nothing, no one loving. Love is for the self. There is no such thing as unconditional love. It's terrible. But the absolute reality, the one that is still so well hidden, it's not possible to try to describe it's nature, because it's so different from the experience that humanity experiences every millisecond. It cannot know what is the state I am talking about. And this is why the words nothing, when I say there is nothing loving, there is anything, nothing to love, no need to express love, I mean something else than you think. To love something is to be one with it. And this thing is already one with itself. So it doesn't need the process of loving to be, to express the love. It is simply the only thing that is. And a better word for this state than love is compassion and giving. And when I say that this state is compassion and giving itself, without anyone to give to or to be compassionate about, it's just this thing. So I eliminate the process of expressing it. What we do here as separate forms, it's expressing these emotions. And there is no need in the natural state to do anything, to express it, because it is already this thing. It's alive, it's wonderful, it's full, it's deep, and it doesn't need anything to prove it. Like the human love is like a trial that you do in your daily life, and you show your love, and you express your love, and you do things with love. And in the natural state, you don't have to do that, because it is already the state. And there is no need to feel anything, because this is it. It is so clean, clean from all the drama. It is pure. It is a pure state, because there is only the thing itself. There can be an enormous acts of love in this state, and you can express this love in the world. But if you are in this state, you will not feel love or compassion or any good feelings that you may think you should feel by doing these wonderful things. You will just do them. They will just happen. No one accepts your love. No one accepts your compassion. It is only this thing. It's like the word in the vocabulary. It's just the definition of this thing, of what is giving, how it looks. And you may think, oh no, I would really rather this roller coaster of love, of human love, so wonderful. All its expression, the love of a mother for a child, and the romantic love, the one that gets us, that makes us different people, that changes our priority and opens us, and we become so different when we love someone. And so you can say, oh, I don't want to be in that state where nothing loves nothing, and everything is like a flat line and just happens. It sounds so boring. It is not what I want, what I think about love. And yet, when we think about this expression, this world, maybe this is the reason you are not self-realized yet or enlightened yet, because you love the story. You love the roller coaster. You love it when there is an effect and a cause. You love the drama. I think this plain thing is too plain of just being in what is around you. So this is why humanity is trapped in the separate form. It likes it. It likes the world around it, with the drama, with the bad things and the good things and the story. And when it comes to love, it wants to love. It wants to feel this crazy roller coaster and to sacrifice ourselves in the name of love, and to change in the name of love, and that something happens and you feel that everything comes from within, and you're just feeling so hard, your feelings when you love something. It's so high, so you like it. So this is what you want for yourself. You don't want this description that I describe of the natural state that is so plain and boring and heartless. So this is why I want to make a clear statement and definition that love is very, very different from the natural state. And when I describe the natural state, it may sound that love is higher than the natural state, as it is, in the separate form. But if you can try to imagine something that is not an emotion of someone, that inside of it there is everything that you know as an expression in your surroundings, including everything you see, all the landscapes, the beautiful sunsets and the limitless skies and the stars and the persons around you, all of this. And all your emotions as a separate form, all the love that you gave, but all the feelings that you had throughout your life, all the fear, all the shameness, everything that you felt, all these things that you know from your expression, the way you perceive the world, try to imagine them as one thing, including all the love that you felt in your entire life. And just try to see that everything, whether it has a physical shape or it is an emotion, is this one state. So try to think, if the human love is so deep and so open and so amazing, what would this thing be? How immensely great, deep, wild, healthy thing it is compared to this narrow conception of love, of human love. It is far, far greater than love. You cannot put it in the same scales. There is no comparison. There is no connection between these two things. Love belongs to the separate form and to this range, and in this range it is amazing. But this natural state, this plain, quiet natural state, is the thing, is the real thing. And if you want to use the word love, and I'll use it once now, if you compare it to love, it is much, much greater than unconditional love, the highest love possible in this separate form. So it is amazing for us to feel and experience love. I encourage it. I would love to see the world love itself and others, and opens up and expresses love and doing the right thing in the name of love, not ruining in the name of love, building in the name of love. But I want to make this difference very, very clear. This love is not what it is. This love is not the enlightened state, has no connection to the enlightened state. And when you think, maybe I'll practice love, and through this love I will get to the enlightened state, and through compassion I will get to the enlightened state. So I think you cannot force yourself to love everyone and everything, and it's not normal. I cannot say, go on and love everything around you, from the ant that you see to the one that you secretly admire, or to the mother of your wife or husband, to the in-laws. So I cannot say, love everyone, and it will be practice loving them, because it is unconditional love and it will get you somewhere. You cannot do that. You can only follow your instincts. And your instincts show you what to love. And there you can try to see what kind of love do you give, and how does this love makes everything move forward, is connected to action and doing. Because just loving is not enough. This love has to be connected to something that you do. For others, for yourself. You have to express your love in a useful kind of way, for it to be a practice. And you cannot practice this love, and you cannot practice compassion. You can know that the natural state is compassion, but you cannot practice it. You cannot choose what to love, because, you know, just like I did up until the point that my perception changed, that love is very mysterious and it chooses for itself. The heart wants something and it is drawn to it. This is why you love someone, something. And because it is yours. So you cannot choose. This is the process that is built in your story. What you can do is know that this love is part of the separate form. And as a part of the separate form, it is wonderful, but it is not the end. It is not the highest thing that is you. It's just another place in the separate form, a wonderful place. But it's not the real thing, and the real thing is quiet. So love as much as you can. Do with this love as much good as you can. Know that this love is very, very limited and different in its nature from what is. And what is. How can I say it? I cannot even try to say what it is. Just think that it is so much, so much, so much more. This or nothingness that is everything that you see and perceive around you as your reality. In a flat line, a quiet, sacred, flat line that is this thing. It doesn't need expressions. You rest there. You don't need to love.
Nothing good, nothing bad, nothing ventured, nothing gained, nothing stillborn or lost, nothing further than proof, nothing wilder than you.